The foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 50 between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco, it's Christian McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Being chased out left. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Play action. Now Trubisky. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Again, it's Trubisky. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They go play action. Trubisky looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter. So that tells me defensively, if they want to insist on going in that direction, make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry. Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield. And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Now Trubisky. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins to about the 40-yard line. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. The Broncos 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Mustang 19.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now again, right side McCaffrey fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
2nd and goal from the 1. Dobbins once more. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there. That's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. And this obviously about as short of a field goal as you can get. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Play after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. This one is caught. It's Moore. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Trubisky. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball, let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
They'll roll him out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And his kick is indeed good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
Going to be caught here left side, Moore.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Open man once again, it's Thielen. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Trubisky's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Trubisky to throw. Out to his left. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the 1st time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
There's the stiff arm.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's go now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
This is Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there. Taking it in.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's going deep for Brown. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers.